to create a function in MATLAB or Octave, we need to open up a new script, a blank script, and then we type in the function keyword. So the first line of your function must contain the function keyword. And the function keyword is a reserved word in MATLAB or Octave that designates that whatever code is run, or whatever code is contained within this file is in the form of a function that you can call later on. So we'll go through that next. But the idea is that in a new file, first of all, we create a new file by creating a blank script, and that opens up an unnamed blank script. The first line that we put in this blank script is the function keyword, and then after that is sort of the signature of this function. So we want to tell MATLAB now how many inputs and outputs this function will work with. So the idea is that we will put in all of the outputs in square brackets. So we might have y1, y2, y3, and that is equal to the function name. So I'm going to name this function my underscore fn, and then I open up my brackets, round brackets, and within my round brackets I place all of the inputs into my function. So this could be x1, x2, x3, x4. And this is the general form of a function written in MATLAB. So on the left hand side of the equal sign after the function keyword is a vector because I've got square brackets here, to designate all of the outputs that my function will return. Then next I put in an equal sign. After the equal sign I put in a name for my function. So by me typing here my underscore fn, I'm going to name my function to my underscore fn, and then I create round brackets, and within those round brackets I place all of the inputs that my function will operate on. So in this case I have created a function called my underscore function. It's going to have four inputs because they're in the parentheses on the right hand side, and my function is going to return 3 outputs. So just by me writing one line, I've already defined the number of inputs my function is going to have, the number of outputs my function is going to have, and also the name of my function. I haven't yet described what my function is going to be doing with these inputs and how I'm going to be creating these outputs. But again, just by this one line, I've already given MATLAB quite a lot of information about how my function should operate. So for the time being, I'm just going to write end, and then what I want to do, I'm going to, for now, create a blank function. I haven't written any code inside my function. That will be the task for me to do next. But right now all I want to do is save my function to show you that when I save my function, I must save the file of my function to the same name as the name of my function. So what I mean by that is my function is the name of the function that I want to create, or that I am creating. When I click save in MATLAB or Octave, I must save this blank file to the same name as the function I'm creating. So if it's called my function, then this must also be my function. It cannot be my function 2, or it cannot be capital M, my function. It has to be exactly the same name as the name of the function that I'm creating over here. So that's the .m file that I'm saving. I'm going to save it, and now I've set up a template for my function.